Hi, BookTube. Well, in a recent discussion piece that sort of turned into half a review of a fantasy book, I ended up doing a bit of the close reading that I was literarily trained to do. And I thought I'd give one little taste of that in this quick video, just with a poem by ELIOT called Weeping Daughter. I'm going to read it from what I wrote decades ago now. And so you can have sort of an idea of the type of close reading that can happen and that we could share together, but from which I'm sort of moving away to enter into a more discursive, broader, perhaps maybe not quite as deep level of conversation with BookTube, and just make sure that that's something that we all agree would be fun to do. I hope you'll agree. Although I enjoyed reading this myself. It was almost like reading something someone else had written, even though it was written by me at one time in my life. And here it goes. So this is Weeping Daughter, an explication of Weeping Daughter by T.S. Eliot. The title is often misgiven as Weeping Girl. The Virgil quote that follows from what Aeneas meets his mother in disguise, from when Aeneas meets his mother in disguise, makes clear the familial relationship. Daughter, not girl. The title is that of a statue in an Italian museum Eliot was told of, but never visited. Thus, we should read it, allegorically, like Gerontion, the other Eliot poem. The other common mistake of reading it as a personal love poem to Emily Hale is proved false, not just by the chronology. It was dated September 1916 and was written as early as 1911, before he met her, but also by the line, and I wonder how they should have been together. They, note, not we. The poem is about the relationship of art to life and love. One commenter finds that imagery pre-Raphaelite. Many agree it is a picture poem, like Keats' Ode on a Grecian Earth. Structurally, the poem is not in such free verse as is often thought, for while the stanzas are unequal, 7, then 9, then 8 lines, the stolen line, I should find, which alone of all the lines finds no rhyme, occurs in the center, and in other lineation would begin the third quatrain. In sets of 7, the lines read ABA, CBC, A, DDE, FFG, E. Then, after the mysterious line at center, we have an extra E line connecting. So I would have left some way incomparably light and deft, with the line break between the left and some. After that, we have 2 more quatrains and a couplet. HHIJ, KKIL, and JL. The poem is surprisingly free of allusion for an Eliot poem. The opening gives us an architectural setting like Gerontion's House of History, and an allusion to the urn. It is the urn that props up the flower bearer with sunlit hair from her great height on the stair, hard as pavement, a perilous but privileged position. We're almost immediately in a mythic world, though. A Rapunzelian tower weaving spun gold for Rumpelstiltskin, where pain's surprise is associated with the flowers, the archetypic prick of first Menzies, fairyland. The turn has come, the flowers flung down, on ground hard and hollowed, but the resentment is fugitive, episodic. The structure, though cyclic, the repeating of the line, weave the sunlight in your hair. Now begins the entry of the mysterious I, the spectator, art goer, artists themselves, Eliot, the mediator, question mark. We have here so, as and no simile. Would, which becomes slowly should, must be. What is wanted is for he and her, the objects of this love story. What is needed is from us, the makers of meaning, the subjects, way beyond mind-body split, the torn virgin and the soul that flees. Some way we both should understand. I admit I have no idea who both is. The Phrygian evasiveness. But the way is simple, as a smile, a handshake, the conventions of art that dazzle and make simple glee upon the spectator, but are faithless. All art a lie of representation. In the third verse poem, she turns again, this time away from what? We're done with her and left with memory, an old man, another allegory, autumn weather, imagination. What art can convey in a moment is a moment. Her arms and hair just so, but not a continuity. How they should have been together, needed to be, or how we wanted them. The problem of making objects of their lives, that moment, is the problem of memory. Again, a should. I should have lost a gesture and a pose, as if the exact detail could somehow make a meaning, not of that pain and loss experienced in the scene, but the loss of the seer compelled, at midnight and noon, amazed and troubled still. Well, there it is, the sort of literary exploration I used to indulge in regularly. It's been years. This was actually not during my literary studies at Rice. I'd long quit my PhD. This when I was doing an MSW program at USC, and I was called up to do relief work with my Crisis Corps and Armored Peace Corps at Katrina, for Hurricane Katrina relief. And when I came back, I was out of sync with my cohort at the social work school, and I had a sort of semester to play with, but also ended up being that, I wasn't going to be able to go on and finish, so I had to wait a whole year to get back in the groove. But anyway, since I had a fun semester to play with, I took fun classes that I enjoyed, like anthropology and this modernist poetry. And my most proud publication from this class was actually something maybe I'll share with you if you're interested, a sort of collage of poetry that I created in a style that I had imagined back in my PhD years, and which was published by Raven Chronicles, I think, which I was particularly proud of because one of the advising editors there was Laura Tohe, an amazing Native American poet who was one of my heroes at that time. So anyway, or still. So yeah, thank you for listening to that, listening through that. It had some flights of fancy in there and some heavy detail-oriented analysis as well. But yeah, that's what I used to do. I thought I'd share it with you. Thank you.